Hello beautiful friends, I hope you're all doing incredibly well. It has been a minute since I sat down and talked to you guys. Obviously I've kind of stepped back from YouTube for the time being because we've had some stuff going on in life, but also this just has kind of changed for me recently. As I stated in my last video, I'm kind of like changing my reading taste and changing, like, I don't know if niche is the right word. I'm not sure. I'm still going to be talking about book stuff, of course, but I also kind of want to involve other elements of my life, so I'm just kind of like trying to figure that out along with the stuff that we've had going on in our lives personally. Really, I just wanted to throw that out there to say I'm not going to be consistent with posting right now. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. It'll probably be weeks, maybe a month at a time between videos, so I hope you guys don't mind. But obviously this is not my profession, I just do this for fun. So anyway, this is obviously a fun little haul video. I think most of it is books and then other just random fun goodies that I've gotten, and then at the end I'll show you a few outfits that I've gotten, which is really fun. As I stated a while ago, I think I'm kind of swapping out my closet from frumpy bad material clothing items to a little more like high quality, which obviously I'm gonna have to like throw out like a lot of bad quality items in order to get one good quality item, because I don't want to be financially irresponsible as I do it. But it is turning out very well and I'm very excited about it. I have a dress hanging right there. As you can see, I actually started a Poshmark account, so if you guys want to look at anything that I'll be selling, check it out there. That's actually a new Flora dress, so it's actually really high quality. But I have dogs, and I realized that black clothing items, though they typically are my favorite, are a bad idea. So I'll be posting some actually really nice stuff on there if you guys wanted to check it out. Sorry, kind of random, but I just figured I'd throw it out as I'm talking about clothing, and like I said, I'll be showing some stuff at the end. So anyway, I'm just gonna hop right into this, and I'm sorry if I show you anything that I've already shown you in the past. Like I said, it's been a while since I've filmed, so I'm not quite sure what I've shown you guys, but I'm just going to start off with something that I know that if you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen, but it is the most exciting thing in my opinion, and that is my new Bible by Hosanna Revival. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love it. I've had probably 3 of their Bibles, I think, and I just love them. They're such great quality, and they are like journaling Bibles, which I really love. Right now I am working through the book of John, which I've been doing for quite a while, but I'm doing like a study on it. I'm not just reading through it, so it's kind of taking a lot, but I have a lot of notes that I've been doing in it, so I'm really enjoying it. But the Bible itself is just such a wonderful quality. I definitely recommend Hosanna Revival, and I was so excited when I saw this because obviously my favorite color is green, but I just love like just the moody vibe. And if you've been here a while, you know I'm really passionate about like undemonizing the moody vibe. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. I think God created so many beautiful things, including dark and moody colors, and I just absolutely love it so much. I also got these really pretty tabs. However, I cannot say that I recommend them. I think I got them on Amazon, maybe Etsy, and while they are beautiful, they do not stick very well. I have quite a few in the New Testament that I put on, and they keep popping off. So I tried gluing some of them closed and they still are popping open. So I don't necessarily recommend these tabs. I think they were by Salt and Light, I'm not sure, but yeah, not the greatest tabs in the world, but they're working for now, and I will super glue all of them if I have to. The next thing that I got is really exciting, and this kind of falls in the book category, but it is this beautiful journal. It's also a Hosanna Revival journal. However, I did get this from a small shop called Calico and Twine. There's an Instagram page called Quiet in the Land, and it's run by this beautiful girl named Caitlin. I love her so much, just adore her. And she has a small little shop where she puts up like mostly like handmade stuff like soaps and salves and things like that, but she also has a few wholesale items from other shops, and this Hosanna Revival journal is one of them. I got it just a few weeks ago, and I've been using it for my church notes, and I really like it a lot. I'm very picky with my journals. I like smaller lines and thick paper, and I prefer leather journals without rings because I'm left-handed. And so I really love this journal, and I really recommend it. It was only $15, so I would definitely recommend getting it from Caitlin's shop. She's so lovely. The next book is John MacArthur's The Gospel According to Jesus. I've never read a book by John MacArthur. I literally only just recently started listening to him and Paul Washer and Justin Peters and like all of these other pastors that are very like biblical, reformed, and just traditional truth. So I've never read anything by him. I've listened to a few of his messages and I found them to be absolutely fantastic, very biblical. And I am just so excited. I went on his church website and filled out a few things and actually ended up getting this sent to me for free. So it is on Amazon, but I'm very excited to read this. From my understanding, this is his most popular book. A lot of people say that, you know, when John MacArthur moves on to heaven, this is the book that he is definitely going to be remembered by. So I'm very, very, very excited to read it. It is a scripture-based clarion call for a rejection of the watered-down message that has gained popularity in the church and a return to the gospel Jesus preached. John MacArthur tackles the error of easy believism. Is it possible to accept Jesus as Savior while refusing Him as Lord? Can someone truly believe without actually repenting? How do obedience, commitment, and turning from sin fit together with the truth that we are saved by grace through faith alone? And so on. So I'm very excited to read this. I know that he tackles a lot of really tough questions, so I'm really looking forward to this. I want to get more of his books as well as books by, like I said, Paul Washer, and I also really want to read some Frank Turek books. So very excited. I kind of jumped from reading a lot of personal growth and spiritual growth books to solely fiction for quite a while because, as I've said on here before, I wasn't able to read fiction for like 10 years. So I kind of just jumped 2 feet in, just fiction, but now I'm kind of starting to open myself up more to reading more theological and philosophical and books and the like. So I'm looking forward to actually growing my spirit in the word in other ways, because of course I'm still reading my Bible, but it's also really wise to have a multitude of counselors, so I am very excited to learn more. The next book that I got is also a nonfiction book, but it is Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide, and I'm so excited. I actually just started reading this the other night and I'm a few pages in and I've already highlighted and underlined so much stuff. Usually when I get an herbal book, I kind of just use it as like a reference guide, like an encyclopedia, but I'm actually sitting down and like fully reading this one as if it was like a book that you read from beginning to end. So I'm really excited because I'm actually learning so much, and I think I'm going to start doing this with my other herbal books as well. Rosemary just seems so lovely. I follow her on Instagram. I don't know about her spiritual beliefs or anything like that. Honestly, it's not really important to me because, like I said, I think that you can follow people who don't believe exactly like you do but still learn other things from them. So again, I don't know if she's a Christian or not, but I do really enjoy what she's been teaching in regards to herbalism. I do like one of the quotes though that she had stated in the beginning, talking about how a lot of what she knows she learned from her grandmother, and her grandmother, I believe, was alive during, I don't know if it was World War I or World War II. Let me find the quote. Okay, so it was World War I, but she says she was a survivor of the Armenian genocide of World War I, and she told us grandkids that it had been her knowledge of plants and her faith in God that saved her. So I just thought that was such a great quote, and it opened a lot of perspectives for me, so I'm very excited to get into this. And I'm not necessarily like a doomsdayer person, however, I do have that mindset in the back of my mind because obviously things have been wild in the world, and it's never a bad idea to know things. And along with that too, sorry, I'm so chatty in this video and I keep bringing up things that are not involved in this haul at all. But anyway, my husband and I love watching the show called Alone, and we watched this 9th season because that's the only one that's on Netflix, but we went on Hulu and they have like all the seasons, and we're currently working our way through the 2nd one solely because Nicole Apelian is on it, and she's one of my favorite like herbalist survivor people. I have her books, Forager's Guide to Wild Foods and Forager's Guide to Herbal Remedies, so I'm really excited to watch her episodes with her on that show, and we're learning so much and it's so much fun. Moving on. The next book that I got, I was so excited. I thrifted this for like 98 cents, and it's another version of The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Like, what? I'm so excited. Literally less than $1. I saw this and I was like, like, who the heck donates Tolkien books? So I'm really excited. I have like the newer one that I showed you guys, I think for my Christmas haul last year. So I just want to get like all the versions that I can of all of Tolkien's works because first of all, he's a genius, and second of all, like, they're just so unique and there's so many different versions, and I would just love to be able to say that I had all of them. I probably won't find like any of the first edition ones of like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and such, but I mean, you never know. God might bless me. So yeah, I'm very excited. I have not read The Lord of the Rings still yet. I was thinking about reading it in the spring this year, but I have so many books on my TBR. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get to it, but I do want to read it soon because I would love to read The Silmarillion, even though I'm very nervous about it because I hear that it's very complex. Also, yes, these are little butterflies. Aren't they so cute? It's so funny because I'm more of like a dainty jewelry, like vintagey kind of style, but I just thought these would go along really well with my outfit today, especially because we have like the perfect spring day today. It's like 70 degrees and sunshine and blue sky, which is fantastic because they've been spraying us like crazy, so we haven't had a clear sky in a while. Moving on again. The next one my husband just randomly bought for me and I was so grateful, and it's Jules Verne's collection. So this book has 4 novels, 5 Weeks in a Balloon, A Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Around the World in 80 Days. Isn't it so pretty? It's got the gold foil and then the pretty compass on the back. I am so excited to read these. I don't know when I'm going to because, like I said, my TBR is packed, but I love the Journey to the Center of the Earth, or A Journey to the Center of the Earth movie with Brendan Fraser. Love him. What 90s baby did not? So I'm really excited to actually read the book. And then Around the World in 80 Days is also a movie. I haven't seen it yet, but one day. And then I haven't even like read or seen anything about the other 2 stories. So I'm really excited, and I'm very curious to know, I don't know, I guess like the craze around them, because there are like Vernians, you know, like people who believe that Jules Verne had like, I don't want to say secret knowledge because it sounds like weird, but that he like believed in the stuff that he was writing about. So there are people who truly believe that if you take A Journey to the Center of the Earth, you will find what Jules Verne wrote about. So I'm actually really curious to read the story. I think 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was referenced in Once Upon a Time, which is one of my favorite shows. The next book I got from Goodwill, and I was gonna film an entire like out thrifting video for you guys because I've had a lot of people ask me how I thrift, and I started to film it this day, but it was such a bust. Like I only got like 3 or 4 things, and we went to like several different stores, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll try filming this another day. So that's also why my videos are so far apart, because I'll try to film something and it just won't work out. So anyway, but this was one of the books that I got on this day, and I was so excited because I saw the author's name on the spine and I was like immediately grabbing. Like, she has become an automatic buy for me when I see her books, and that is Francine Rivers' Bridge to Haven, a novel. So I'm very excited. I literally don't even know what it's about, but like I said, I loved Redeeming Love so much that now anytime I see a Francine Rivers book, I'm buying it immediately. And as I said before, I do have the A Mark of a Lion series that I got from the thrift store last year for like $5, the whole series. So I'm very excited to read that, and I just love Francine Rivers so much. Like I understand why people have a problem with some of her books because they're romance books, and I know that a lot of Christians, I mean, not surprisingly, but kind of surprisingly, are so anti-romance because they believe it can set, you know, like unrealistic expectations and encourage inappropriate fantasies and things like that. And I totally get it, but I feel like that's not the case for everybody. And I think that's why it's so important to have boundaries. Like, there have been times when I've read romance novels and I will start to compare my husband to the main character, and so I have to stop and put the book down and you know, just like pray my way through whatever I'm dealing with and, you know, talk to my husband about it. And so I've had to put books down in the past and check myself and then pick it up, and then I'm fine. I'd say probably 99% of the time it's not a problem that I deal with. So again, I think you just have to have your own personal boundaries and your own discernment, and it's going to be different for everybody. I know that there are people who can read romance books and not have that problem. There are people who literally can't because they do have that problem. So again, just that's up to your personal discretion. Anyway, again, getting into a tangent that I did not need to get into. But anyway, this is in Hollywood 1957. And it says that this girl named Lena Scott is the next big thing since Marilyn Monroe. I will read the synopsis because it's quite short. So it says, to Pastor Ezekiel Freeman, Abra, I think that's how you say it, Abra, will always be the little girl who stole his heart the night he found her, a wailing newborn abandoned under a bridge on the outskirts of Haven. Zeke and his son Joshua, Abra's closest friend, watch her grow into an exotic beauty, but Zeke knows the circumstances surrounding Abra's birth to have etched scars deep in her heart. Scars that leave her vulnerable to a fast-talking charmer who lures her to Tinseltown. Hollywood feels like a million miles from Haven, and naive Abra quickly learns what's expected of an ambitious girl with stars in her eyes. She discovers too late that fame comes at a devastating price. So I'm really excited to read this. It sounds like it's going to rip my heart out, but in a beautiful way, just like Redeeming Love did. So I love a good cry. It is quite thick, so it'll probably take me a while to finish it, but I'm really excited. I love Francine Rivers so much, and I also find it very interesting, and I said this in my Redeeming Love video, but so many people hated Redeeming Love because they said it gave like unrealistic expectations for marriage and all that stuff, and it doesn't glorify God, it doesn't like encourage people to read the gospel. But when I finished that book, all I wanted to do was read my Bible. Like, I was so inspired after I finished it. I was like, I literally want to do nothing but read my Bible and pray for my husband. Like, it inspired me so much. So again, that's also why I'm very like passionate about to each their own. You never know how it'll affect certain people. Like, some people will read that book and it will just like not be a good influence for them. For others, it could be the opposite. For me, like I said, I was just obsessed with my Bible after I finished that book. So just, again, I think it's really important to take in different perspectives and listen to different people about it, because you never know how it will affect you or others. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Next book, I won this in a giveaway by my friend Nicole on Instagram. I absolutely adore this girl so much. She's another Christian bookstagrammer person. I love her. I just love her. I started following her, I think, at the end of last year. I'm not quite sure, but she's just so sweet, and we don't even really know each other that well. We've only chatted like once or twice, but every time she posts, it makes my heart so happy. I love her. But anyway, I won a giveaway that she did, and she sent me her favorite book, Meet Me in Paradise. This was like I'll pick 2 winners. The first one, you get to pick a book. Second one, I'm going to send you a random book off your wish list. And this just happened to be on my wish list, and it's her absolute favorite book, so I'm so excited to read it. And this sounds like it'll also break my heart. So there are 2 sisters. What are their names actually? Sadie and Marin, or Marin. Marin? Anyway, Sadie and Marin, but they have a mother who recently passed away. I think she was a writer. Marin is a very like safe person. She doesn't go out of her comfort zone. She doesn't travel. She just safety, right? And then her sister Sadie is kind of wild, out there, adventurous, loves to do all the things. Sadie convinces Marin to go on a girls' spa trip with her. Her worst fear comes true though, because her sister wasn't able to make it, and Marin was already like on the plane to go, and there ends up being all kinds of disaster that happens to her. Like, I think there was like a delayed flight, her luggage was lost, like all of this stuff just happens to her, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is exactly why I stay home. But the boy who ends up taking Sadie's seat in place of her is charming. For the first time in a long time, Marin has to step outside her comfort zone as she explores the island with Lucas and learns what she's been missing out on. With each breathtaking new experience, Marin gets closer to her real self, the man she's falling for, and the heart-wrenching truth about why she's there in the first place. Like, it just makes me want to cry just reading that. So I'm really excited to read this, especially knowing that it's Nicole's favorite book, because like I said, Nicole is just a wonderful cutie girl and I just adore her. So I'm very excited to read her favorite book. The next book is actually my current read, and I know that I'm going to get judgment about this because obviously in my last video I talked about how I believe that you can read fairy tales and folklore and mythology and all that stuff and, you know, learn moral lessons and enjoy the stories, whatever, without taking it on as your religion. And I had some pushback. So I know that I'm gonna get hate for this, and if you disagree, please just either be nice about it or don't say anything at all, or just pray for me, okay? Because having these arguments over and over again is just like kind of annoying to me. So I'm just gonna be blunt about that and say it. So anyway, this is the second book of Emily Wilde's adventure. So the first book was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is what got me so much hate because, like I said, a lot of people believe that fairies are demonic entities, which I kind of talked about a little bit in my last video, I think. I believe that that could be absolutely be a thing. I think that if demons were going to manifest to people, they'd do it through beautiful women, handsome men, fairies, mermaids, like just that kind of stuff. I think that's how that they would get through to people. So is it possible? Yes. Now, do I believe that that is the intention of fairy tales and fantasy stories? No, I don't. I don't believe that that's the intention. I think that you can read these stories and not have that mindset. Okay, so again, if you feel uncomfortable with it, then don't read them, okay? This is not influencing me to romanticize demons, okay? These are just, I just see this as make-believe, pretend creatures. They're not real. And if they were in real life, then yeah, probably. But in this story, they're not. Okay, it's no different than a child making up their own creatures in their heads and giving a name for it, okay? So anyway, enough of that. So first one was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is right there. I have 3 copies because I thought each version was so beautiful. So this is book 2, and it is called Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. And isn't it beautiful? It is so stunning. If I were to ever write a book, I would do exactly what Heather Fawcett did with these beautiful, stunning hardcover, like no dust jacket books. I think that this is just so charming, so lovely, so beautiful, and I'm obsessed. Just gorgeous. And of course my cutie bookmark that I got on Etsy, but I don't really know a whole lot of the synopsis. Just this top part I'll read to you. Just says, when mysterious fairies from other realms appear at her university, curmudgeonly, Professor Emily Wilde must uncover their secrets before it's too late in this heartwarming, enchanting second installment of Emily Wilde's series. So I don't know, I think it just sounds fun. I'm reading this with my friend Sandy. We read the first book together last spring, I think. We did a surprise book exchange, which was so much fun. I bought her a book on her wish list, and she bought me a book on my wish list. We read them ourselves and then sent them to the other person, and it was just so much fun. So I highly recommend doing that with a friend, but we are reading this one together, and then I hope we can do a book exchange again sometime this year because, like I said, that was just such a fun experience. But anyway, yeah, I just started this the other day. I'm only 22 pages in. Sandy's already almost done with it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very whimsical and, like I said, just fantasy, cozy, exciting. So I'm very curious to see where it goes. I love Emily and Wendell. The little romance that they have is just so exciting and fun, and I love it so much. So anyway, yeah, I got this a few days ago and I'm really enjoying it so far. The last few books are probably gonna get me hate as well. So like I said, if you disagree, just move on and pray for me. So the next book that I got this from my friend Megan. I bought it on her Pango Books, I think is what it's called, but it's Frankenstein. I don't actually really know the full story, but I do love a lot of the moral lessons that come from what I do know about it. So I'm really excited to read it. It's by Mary Shelley. I won't really get into the synopsis. I'm sure a lot of you know the Frankenstein story, so I'm just really excited to actually read it myself for the first time. Of course, like I said, I know like the basis of the story and everything like that, and I think that it's really beautiful and very thought-provoking. So I'm really excited to read this one probably around fall time, and it's just a beautiful edition. And I have a stack of Barnes & Noble like leather fancy ones like this, so it goes in very well with my collection. The next one is quite similar. I got this from the dollar store and I just thought it was so cute. It is by Sally Thorne and it is called Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match. Do I know what it's about? Nope. But I do know that it is part of the Frankenstein like lineage, so I think that she is one of like the grandchildren or something like that. I believe that she tries to make her lover like Frankenstein, and I don't think it ends up going very well. I'm not really sure, but it sounds really funny. When Angelica's handsome scientific miracle wakes up on the operating table, her wishes for an instant romantic connection are dashed. Her resurrected beau, named Will for the moment, has total amnesia and is solely focused on uncovering his true identity. Trying to ignore their heart-pounding chemistry, Angelica reluctantly joins the investigation into his past, hoping it will bring them closer. But perhaps fate is not something that can be created in a laboratory, or is Will, or whoever he is, her dream man, tailored for her in every way. And can he survive what was done to him in the name of science and love? So yeah, it just sounded really funny and fun, and again, I know people will hate on me for this because it sounds like dark and evil, but I just thought it sounded really cute, so I'm really excited to read it. And again, it was from the dollar store. Like, how could I pass that up? Next one, Again, people are gonna judge me, but I loved this story. I love it. I think it's so thought-provoking and so interesting, and I know people will disagree, but I think that there are moral lessons in this story as well, and I think it's beautiful. And people are going to disagree, and that's fine, but I just love this story. And that's Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Again, I know it can be dark, but I think it is just a stunning story. This is the collector's edition that I got. Is it Lit Joy crate? I always called it Lily Joy until I got it, and I was like, oh, that's not what it's called. But I think it is such a beautiful, stunning edition, and it is illustrated by Neil Gaiman himself, which I think is really cool. It is not a story for children. I know that the movie came out for children. Don't let your children watch that movie. It's like traumatizing as a child, but I loved it. I think I saw it when it came out. I don't even know how old I was, but I absolutely love the story. I think it's so fun and just unique and cool. So I am very excited to read the book for the first time. Again, I'll probably be reading this in the fall time. Very excited about it. I can feel the judging eyes on me, but it's fine. The next one was actually a Christmas gift, and I don't know if I actually ended up showing you guys or not, but I'm very excited about it, and that is The Making of Middle-earth by Christopher Snyder, and it, of course, is about Tolkien and his worlds that he has created. Isn't it absolutely stunning? It is probably the most beautiful book I own, and I'm obsessed with it. There's actually a whole section in here, too, about the biblical parallels of all of his stories, which is really cool. And they also talk a little bit about C.S. Lewis and how Tolkien and Lewis actually kind of bounced ideas off of each other, because if you didn't know, they were actually really close friends. So I'm very excited to dig into Tolkien's mind and why he created everything, and his biblical reasons behind everything, and I'm very excited about it. So I think that it's going to also teach a lot of history, because I believe that a lot of his ideas were historical. So it also shows a lot of his artwork in here, but I think that he is just so cool. And I know people are a lot of people are like anti-personality tests. I think they're great. Most of them, not all of them are, but I think a lot of them are. And I am actually the same personality type as Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, which I like freaked out when I found out. I felt so cool. But I'm really excited to get into his mind a little bit and see why he created what he did and how the worlds tie together and everything. So anyway, very exciting, and this is the last book that I have to show you, and now I'm gonna hop into some other exciting goodies that I got. So the first thing I'll start off with, because I need a drink, and that is this cute mug that I got on Amazon. I only just started drinking iced coffee, like within the last 6 months. I know, how wild is that? But I needed a cup that had a handle on it, because I have Raynaud's disease, which means that I have really poor circulation in my hands. And so I can't hold cold cups, otherwise I literally lose circulation in my hands. So I found this and I was like, yep, they have like a brownish tan one and then a clear one, and then of course I had to get the green one. It's beautiful. There's also like a leather wrap thing that goes on it, which I forgot in my kitchen, but I thought that was great because then I can hold it like this if I want to and my hands don't get cold. So I was stoked about this. I will link it below. It is so cute, very affordable, and I'm obsessed with it. The next thing is actually some skincare that I recently started using, and I'm obsessed with it. It is by Bubble & Bee Organics, and I love this stuff so much. It's all natural, organic, and I cannot say enough good things about it. This moisturizer is my favorite thing in the whole world. I've been using a lotion stick as deodorant, random, but it's so great. This face wash is honey based, so all natural, no essential oils, which I love, and I just cannot recommend this brand enough. Highly recommend trying. Not sponsored or anything, but if you're looking for natural skincare that is actually pretty affordable and good ingredients, definitely recommend. Okay, on to the last bit with my dog butt. So the next thing was also a Christmas gift that I don't think I showed you guys, and it's this beautiful, absolutely stunning wax seal that my husband got me for Christmas, like I said. But it's got a really beautiful moth on it, and I just love it so much. I feel so whimsical, like I should be in Pride and Prejudice, and I adore it so much. And my little book club with two of my friends, we call the Mothlings, so I thought that was just so fitting, and oh, it's so pretty. I'll link this down below as well. So speaking of my friends in my book club, one of them is Kaya from Fablewood Goods, whom I have talked about on here before, but she runs a wonderful business and I love supporting her so much, and I wanted to show you some of the recent collection that she came out with, which was the Dragon's Bluff collection. I love it so much, and I'm also really excited for the spring collection that she's coming out with soon, so stay tuned for that. But you can use code HONEY10 if you would like any of these items. She is so wonderful and I love her so much. She's just been such an incredible friend to me, and I really hope that you guys would encourage and support her business by sharing on Instagram or purchasing something for yourself. It's truly just so high quality, and I love everything that I've gotten from her. So the first thing I'll show you is the coffee, which is already almost gone. This is whole beans, so you get to grind it at home, which is my favorite thing. But this is called Lichen Wings, I think is how you say it, Lichen Wings Trove. But it's rich chocolate and brown sugar with notes of spice, cascara, and wine. It's absolutely stunning. Highly recommend. And I've got like a sticker of this cutie as well. And then the next things I'll show you are these mugs. Look at how beautiful. The little dragon on books with the candles. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. It reminds me very much of The Hobbit. This mug is so high quality. I love it so much. It's nice and thick, a beautiful glass straw, but this is the Treasure Trove, and I just think this is so much fun. I love it so much. Everything she comes out with is just so incredible, and I'm telling you guys, this spring collection, it's gonna blow your mind. The next two things are these wonderful teas that she came out with. We've got Slumber, which is chamomile and lemon balm. So delicious. And then the next thing is Underbrush, which is a chocolate chai. Also delicious, fantastic with vanilla creamer. I only just started putting creamer in my tea recently and I'm obsessed, and I'm really mad that I didn't start doing it sooner, but I digress. And then my other friend that's in this book club with us is Nadine from Tales Beneath the Trees on Instagram. She makes these beautiful bracelets. I have quite a few from her, but she sent me this one in our most recent pen pal letter, and isn't it precious with the little frog? Oh, and it matches my outfit. But it's so cute. I love it. Like I said, I have several bracelets from her, but this was just a recent cutie that I've gotten, and I love it so much. Only a couple more things. So the next thing are these beautiful shears that I got from Calico and Twine that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to be using these for my garden to pick herbs, but aren't these just precious? Like, I just want a little cottagecore basket and like clip these or clip my plants with these and put them in my little basket. Oh, they're so pretty and I love them. I also got, I'm so nervous. I got her sourdough starter as well, and I am so nervous. I've been wanting to try sourdough for like a year now, and I'm just so intimidated, but I plan on starting it today. My best friend Casey does sourdough. If you don't follow her, oh my gosh, her page is wonderful. Follow her, she's just lovely. But she does sourdough, and oh my gosh, I took a loaf of hers home. We met for the first time, because we met on Instagram a few years ago, and we met for the first time last fall. And it was just the most amazing experience. But she gave me a loaf of sourdough that she made, and it was the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So I'm gonna be texting her and asking her for advice, but I got Caitlin's sourdough and I got the little instruction card on how to do it. I'm very nervous, but I'm excited. And then I also ordered her little sourdough booklet, which gives a few recipes. So I'm very excited to try. Equally nervous, but it's fine. And then the last thing, this is so incredibly random, but I figured I would show you guys in case some of you wanted to know. But Aldi has plant bulbs, and I got a bunch of them. I'm very excited about it, and it's spring. I'm so excited that it's spring. So I will be planting these all in my front yard. I'm just so excited to have a garden again. I'm going to be going crazy with my forget-me-nots and my sweet William, and I just want to plant a bunch of perennials that come back every year, so I'm very excited. And I would really love to get some lily of the valley and snowdrops and lupins. Oh my gosh, if I managed to get lupins in my yard, I would cry happy tears. They're just so beautiful and they come back every year, and I'm so excited that it's spring, you guys. So yeah, anyway, I am going to close this video out by showing a few new outfits that I've gotten, starting with the one that I'm wearing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little haul. I will also be showing a discount code for Lev Apparel, which is actually Kaya's sister's business, which again, I'm so grateful that they've been just so kind and gracious to provide me with a code for you guys. And my code will almost always be Honey10. So for Fablewood Goods and for Lev Apparel, you can use code Honey10 for anything that you would like. I'm going to be showing a few Lev Apparel things that I've gotten, and I'm just so excited about it. And then I also have a new Flora dress and some skirts, so I'm very excited about all of it. The last video they came out with, I was wearing like a cream mock neck, and that was actually from Lev Apparel as well. I won't be trying that on though because it is very warm now. Like I said, it's like 70 degrees out, which is like kind of borderline hot for me, so I won't be showing you that, but I did wear it in my last video, so you can check that out if you would like. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little haul. I hope you found a few things to add to your list, some gifts maybe, but either way, I really enjoyed filming this for you guys. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like me to talk about in future videos. I know that I kind of like go off on little tangents, and I kind of just like assume people have heard me talk about all the important things that I've talked about in the past. So if there's anything you'd like further context on, let me know. You're always welcome to message me on Instagram to talk to me about anything. And I'm just so grateful that you are all here, even if we differ on opinions and such. Obviously, I have a few hot takes, so if you're here anyway, thank you very much. So yeah, with all that said, I'm going to close out with the outfits. So I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Shabba-dabba-dabba-doo.